It is
You
how
damn
stupid
well
does.
didn't.
It's going now, right?
I think my USB.
I cannot test for the moment. I'm just trying to get this thing up and running.
Whatever.
Somewhere.
Anyway,
Somewhere.
I mean, we got some interesting topics for tonight that I'm kind of, which I think will be fun to talk about. You guys ready to get into it?
Yes.
Cool.
I like the color classic in the background.
Thank you.
It's still doing it.
Whoa, that was weird.
Yes.
Alright, we're starting off with the first topic, which is new Imac rumors have surfaced. Are colors
yes, they
making a
have, haven't
return? It's actually interesting because my dad was the one that reminded me of like these new rumors because he showed me this article. I think it was what, like the Verge or something, but someone uploaded like an interesting article about like new iMac rumors. I have an article that was pulled up on my computer. That was pulled up on my Chrome that I'm gonna take a look at and pull up, but.
Yeah, I also earlier this week saw something. Basically, I was just scrolling through one of the Mac Discord servers, and I just saw like these colored iMacs. I'm like, hold
Yeah.
up, what a minute,
Oh,
wait a minute.
those.
Like,
Yeah, so
colored iMacs again?
the photo we use for the banner is from iMore, and it's I don't think it's from iMore specifically, it's from somewhere else, but these rumors, or at least these designs have been surfacing and been widespread, and people are, it's kind of interesting because this is the first time since the late 90s we've actually seen like multicolored iMacs, which is interesting. And what I've noticed is that they follow the same color design as the iPad Air and the AirPod Maxes. It's sort of like these kind of pastel sort of colors. I'm not a big fan of them, if I'm honest. I prefer the
they're kind
more
of
vibrant colors, but whatever. It's Apple.
Yeah, well, it's not really the colors that bother me in particular. It's just I feel like the design is a little bit unfinished, in my opinion. I mean, of course,
Well, I mean, they're
what you gotta
mock-ups, though.
what you gotta take into consideration is that these aren't the final designs. I'm sure
Yeah.
what Apple eventually comes up with will look a lot better than that because
A lot
I always
better,
sort
but,
of
like, a lot
have.
more terrible.
I like the mint
Whatever.
green one.
No, the green isn't that bad. Probably
Yeah, I
sell
don't know. I'm not
least,
really
but, you know,
sure.
whatever.
I don't personally. I mean, I like where they're going. I like that they're going back to the colored iMac design, but I'm not really sure if I'm a fan of both the color choices that they've been using recently for all their new colored products
agree.
and the
Yeah, I don't like. I want a product red iMac.
yeah.
The new
I would support
ruby
that.
and strawberry.
I would go crazy for that thing, only because
I
it's
would
red.
probably have a stroke.
Yeah, so apparently, according to iMore, the new models will slim down the thick black borders around the screen and go away with the metal chin, which is sort of like a signature iMac look. Like you have the metal chin below. It sort of has like the Apple
I'd love
logo
to see
and
a full
everything.
screen iMac.
I agree,
honestly.
and that's sort of what they say that they're going to go for this year. Sort of like the Pro Display XDR. It's going to have really slim bezels, and it's going to have a nice big screen. And apparently there's supposed to be a 21 inch. No, wait. Yeah, I mean they're supposed to replace the 21 and 27 inch with apparently a 24 inch and a 32 inch, which I think
That
is
would
a
be
cool
nice
idea.
if they did.
Mainly, and the reason why is because they probably fit a larger screen and a smaller body because of the bezel.
Yeah,
thing.
because her bezels are
Yeah.
the size of Texas at the moment.
Graphics card the size of Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I'm excited. Although there are a few downsides, like obviously M1 processor.
Yeah, that's
Upgrades
kind
will
of
be
an
dead.
unfortunate-
You probably won't be able to upgrade these at all. If we're lucky enough, they'll have like failing SSDs that you can't replace, which would be.
Well,
kinda
they are.
nice.
I've heard some M1
Yeah, I
Macs
hate
already
that.
are having failing and SSD problems.
Yeah, that's why I've said that because
Mac
that's
Mini.
quite bad, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it
Brings a
is.
warm- It does.
Yeah.
It's very bad, but at the same time, it brings a warm feeling to my heart.
Yeah, I'm
Because my
happy
Macs are
seeing all
shit.
these M1 Max.
Honestly,
die.
how
They
can they
deserve
even
that.
call themselves like an environmentally
They're
good
not,
company
they
or
do
clean
you.
company?
The
Need
whole
a charger
point,
for
because
the
the whole
phone.
point of like an upgradable computer is to keep it for longer. And something interesting I was told on some other server was that in France, Apple is forced to put a repairability score on all their products as a sort of environmentalist thing, so people can actually see
Smart.
how repairable their products are. So will that motivate them to make more repairable products? Probably not.
Oh,
It's France.
no.
No,
But
because
you know,
the way they
whatever.
look at it probably is, France is one country out of, probably hundreds
France
that
is
they
doing it right.
It's not even a
Yeah.
big country, no
So
offense.
yeah, it's like if they don't have to, America is going to be their primary.
Yeah,
It's
obviously.
probably like it's going to be their primary sort of where most of their products are being sold in because for
I
reasons.
bet this thing's gonna
Um,
be a sealed unit.
Did you know
that's,
that?
like, welded shut?
Yeah, it probably will be, if we're honest. But it's not like you'll have to go inside of it anyway.
No, what are you gonna do? Look at it and be like, that's
That's
nice
interesting.
knob.
It's got a motherboard in there and
Who
Oh,
would have
wow.
thought?
and some thermal
Apple
pins.
told
That's
me it
neat.
runs on
Actually, I don't think it'll have a
Oh
fan.
no! It won't have thermal paste because it won't have a fan. It probably
It'll
won't
be
have
like
cooling,
old
so it's
computers
probably
with the
gonna
board
overheat
just
like
has
on
a
the
CPU
fan.
connected to nothing.
They'll cook
I bet
the
no, because I bet it won't have a fan. It probably won't have a fan.
Imagine
Oh,
if
pro-
Apple
probably
makes a
won't
new
even have a
iMac
heat
so
sink.
thin that they have to have an external power supply.
Yes.
That would be ghetto.
Apparently the one of the M1 processors have a 32 core chip, which is kind of extreme for an iMac, which is interesting.
Yeah, and it runs about as good as a 400 megahertz.
It'll
cell
probably
on
be called
the
something like the
Smash.
M2 or the M1X or something dumb like that. I don't know. Then I'm sure I'm gonna be chased away by someone for making fun of that. But, whatever.
I think I may have figured out why the printer might be not working.
We're
I
gonna
think
talk
the
about
dude
that-
says it needs RAM.
We're gonna talk about that later.
I know, I'm
Yeah.
just like flipping through the manual at the moment.
About
trying to figure out
France, did you know that Apple has to like put earbuds with the iPhone 12 because it's
yeah,
like
and
I
they've
think it's the
rightfully
law.
so.
Hmm.
They should have to.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, we'll reduce environmental and costs by,
They reduced the cost
making
for
them
them,
maximum.
not for the consumer.
Yeah, because who gives a toss about the consumer anymore?
Nobody.
No,
Unfortunately.
especially Apple.
Yeah.
This is why I like old Apple stuff because they actually cared at a time.
Yeah.
Rip Steve Jobs. It
I
was
don't know,
gonna be his 66th birthday the other day, actually.
Anyway, though, my personal opinion on the M1 Max is that, or not the M1 Max, the M1 iMacs and the new iMac designs. I think it's cool where they're going. I like that they're bringing back colors from,
Well, we
the
don't
original
know.
I mean, the
iMacs.
concept is cool.
Well, supposedly they're bringing back the colors, and I think it's a cool idea because it's sort of it's sort of bringing back something that Apple hasn't done in several years. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm never gonna end up buying one. It's never gonna really affect me, and honestly,
No.
Yeah.
I don't think
because
it's
they're
gonna
not.
affect any of us,
Oh,
honestly.
it will affect me
Yeah.
because as soon as the new iMac comes out, that's as soon as my mom's gonna upgrade her iMac, and then I get hers, which is like one of the first ever iMac Slims, which looks identical to the newest one right now. So I could have
Which
that
is
in the back and
sad.
be like, hey guys, check it out, I got the 2020 iMac. Isn't that epic?
Look,
I mean, it's got like
it's
an
not running
i5 or
Lion.
something
I don't
like
know what you're talking about.
I mean, even 10-year-old iMacs still look recent, so
At least in
That's
the front,
kind of
yeah.
disturbing.
It is disturbing indeed. They haven't changed it at all, which is nice that they're finally
Because
doing it.
me,
Finally giving it.
Well,
crack.
the front of
Yeah.
the iMac, generally speaking, the iMac design hasn't really changed since like the iMac G5s or whatever.
I
But,
mean, it's the same
like-
basic design, but I feel like
Yeah.
it'll always be like that for the rest of the iMac's existence. In my
Probably.
opinion. Yeah.
that's kind of
Oh, no, it
sad.
has RAM.
That is really sad.
It has a modem.
Yeah. What
Who knows?
else?
Maybe they'll come up with something. It would be really interesting. And of course, this is just my imagination. But if they sort of like brought together like the technology from the whole Pro Display ARM thing, the $1,000 stand with like the
I don't
concept
think the
of, like,
stand's gonna be
G4.
$1,000. They're obviously gonna sell it with it because
Yeah.
it's a consumer machine and no one's gonna like
Well-
base mount it or something like that.
What I'm going with that is maybe if they use a stand like that and sort of do something like the original G4 ones with like the
That'd be
Sunflower
cool,
iMacs,
actually.
that could be interesting.
Although I feel like
Imagine
they'd
if they
never
brought
go
back-
that far with like any design anymore because Apple
Yeah.
doesn't really like to make take any design
Well,
risks anymore because they're not
Ever
as
since Steve Jobs died, the interesting died too.
yeah.
Mhm.
I agree. I feel like
Which
the past
is
8 years
sad.
the iMac team has been like, oh yeah, let's just put a new processor in it this year. Yeah, we'll just put a new processor in it and then we're done for the next 2 years and we'll deal with it and then whatever. They haven't done anything.
It's
Well,
true.
the weird thing to think about is who knows? You never know really what kind of stuff they have back there behind closed doors and what they're actually really
Yeah.
working on. For all we know,
It's
they could
probably
have
just
some
Tim
groundbreaking
Cook's
freaking like.
porn collection.
I'm not gonna doubt it, but
It's been like this for like 10 years. It's not that creative what they're doing right
I
now.
agree.
I don't know.
I don't think it'll ever be creative again.
I feel like the MacBooks are the same idea. They also have been quite the same since 2016, which isn't as bad, but it's nearing that. It's been like 5
It's
years since we've had like a different looking MacBook.
and I heard they're also going for a new design with the MacBooks.
I
as
know,
well.
yeah.
It's
They're
been-
supposed to have sort of
the
thing
MacBooks-
design, like squared off edges, possibly colors. I wouldn't count on it though. But it could be.
I mean,
I
they've
would
always-
welcome it, the changes.
They've always technically had colors, but not like vibrant colors.
No.
For every space
main thing-
gray
Space
MacBook
gray and
Pro I
aluminium.
see,
No,
Yeah.
silver.
how many times I want to die. I hate this
Ugh,
shit.
but
So-
the Space Gray looked cool when it came out, and then after everyone had it, I was you get kind of sick of it. The silver looks
if
so much
I
better on
was
the MacBook. If I'm honest.
stupid enough to buy a new MacBook Pro, I would get a silver
If I'm honest,
because that's the
yeah.
only acceptable color.
Mhm. And then, but apparently, according to the rumor, there's supposed to be a Space Gray iMac. I'm not sure if
But,
that's an
like,
iMac
that's
Pro or if that's gonna be on the
iMac Pro.
consumer one. But I assume they're gonna reserve like Space Gray for the iMac Pro. And if I'm honest, iMac Pro doesn't look too bad in Space Gray, but I wish it was like more of a slate or something.
One
I
thing
like
I
slate
never
more.
liked is the Space Gray Mac Mini.
Eh,
It looks wrong.
it looks violated.
Yeah.
Violated Mac Mini.
Mm-hmm. My tangle's corded up.
I'm gonna
It's a
violate.
my tangle is
Yeah,
corded up. No, my cord is tangled up.
Did you just say your tangle is corded up?
Why did I? I did, didn't I? Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Oh my
My
God.
tangle is corded up.
Yes, I've corded my tangle. English 100.
I can.
Yes.
I can
Hey, you're probably
speak
gonna hear some mega
Good
good
code.
English out of Aaron and I today because you
Oh
know
Christ.
good.
Charlie can explain.
Yeah,
I
you should have seen me
cannot.
in the car when I was talking to my mom on the way back. I was like having a hard time assemble a simple sentence. I'd say like half of a word.
'Cause you haven't done
stop for
anything
30
constructive for 20 years.
seconds. I started saying a word and then I stopped and had to think for like 30 seconds to reconstruct the sentence in my brain. And my
Okay, well-
yes.
I think we're all kind of mentally deficient right now because Charlie
Yeah.
forgot to start the stream.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
half falling asleep right now, and then and Charlie's over here freaking not even.
What is it?
being
It's
able to
only
say
like
a
it's only like
sentence.
3
And
where
Aaron's
you
doing
are.
the exact
Logan. You have to
same
go to
thing.
bed earlier.
I'm just
jeez.
drooling over my new printers.
We're gonna talk about those in another topic, and I think we're
I
about
mean,
to
the-
move on to the next topic since we're kind of done with this one.
M1 is the Antichrist.
Yeah. Intel
Basically.
gang.
Ignore that.
Next topic.
Who the hell's thinking something?
All right, next up we're going to be talking about is essential apps for
How's the noise?
68K machines. This is I'm pretty sure this was Arno's topic, so if you want to take it away, you can go ahead.
Oh shit. Well, I was kind of, I was kind of a question. Like, I don't have like a lot of software for these, but I'm currently like making some floppies. Like, I just got one of those cheap little floppy drives, and I'm just, getting myself some software and putting them on these 68K Macs, and yeah, just simple programs that I'm putting on there. They're just the ones that everyone has, I guess.
Yeah. I know Logan uses a lot of 68K machines as well. I mean, he has a few, and what kind of shit do you use yours with? Like, do you have any cool programs or stuff?
I have some suggestions actually. If you want to
Alright.
hear. Well, and this is like the program I use the most on the SE is the original version of ClarisWorks.
Fancy.
Because
Oh yeah, I actually have that. Like a real
ClarisWorks is amazing.
So I know Charlie asked me like some stuff that I use on mine. Well, I mean, it depends. I know that I have probably one of the programs I've been using a lot recently is Super Paint. It's basically like it's Super Paint or Super Paint 2.2 or something like that. But it's basically like an old photo manipulation software, sort of similar to what I'm guessing ClarisWorks is. But
Yeah.
I
Well,
also have
ClarisWorks is like a vector drawing thing.
Yeah.
so like MacDraw basically. But yeah, this is more
Yes.
like Photoshop style. It's not like vector based. It's raster.
Yeah, ClarisWorks is actually very you know, it's almost like Mac Paint, which is some
Well, it
extra
is,
features.
except it has
Yeah.
everything else you need.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mac Paint is also something I use quite a bit. However, I really mainly use that on the compact Macs because Mac Paint does not really like
Mac
to
Paint's a
work
lot
on
better on like a smaller screen, like if it's all like this, because that was what it was designed for originally. It was one of like the
Iris
first
works
programs
best.
that debuted
It
on the
doesn't-
Mac in '84.
I know for sure that Mac Paint does not work at all on the PowerBook 160, and it also does not work, or it might actually. I don't know. I have to try it again, but
I don't see
think
why
it
it
works
wouldn't,
well.
or maybe it's just the drive or something. I don't know.
Well, the one thing with like McDraw and McPaint and all that stuff, like,
McPaint.
shut up, is like it's cranky on newer systems. Like
Yeah.
even System 6, it's cranky.
Very much.
System
so.
7, like it'll work, but it doesn't. Especially with 7, it doesn't understand how the memory map works, and it will crash if you do too much in it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
All I
actually
know,
tried to
though-
play like SimCity on my on a 68K
Oh.
Mac this afternoon, and the copy protection kicked in, so I can't play it. Like it just
Oh.
disasters keep happening.
Well,
that's
I have
unfortunate.
That's what
I
you
have a
get
copy
when
of
you get stuff
SimCity
from
on
Microsoft
Don't
Goes
copy
through.
that, floppy.
I have a copy of SimCity Classic on my SE. I can probably get to you if you want it.
Oh, that would be nice. Like,
Oh, and I also have a backdrop for Aaron, but I have to
Once I get the Wall Street in, I'm gonna be golden. I already got a copy of Wall Street anyway. Wall Street.
At least for me,
back-
recently I was able to get SimCity 2000 on the Color Classic, and I was really excited. And then I actually started playing it, and then I realized why people go with Mystic upgrades and shit, because it is so unbearably slow. It takes like literally 5 seconds to move to a different spot in the map. It's so annoying.
Oh,
It is so ungodly slow. I can barely
See, like,
take it.
This is why I don't want a Color Classic. One of the biggest reasons that they're slow as balls, and I do not have the heart to desecrate another Mac unless it's a Blueberry trailer.
Unless you buy the logic board by itself, then it makes
Yeah.
sense.
I mean, I would do that, but like, I like the SE because it's black and white. It makes sense to have a screen that small. It doesn't make sense on a machine with color. It just doesn't. That's why I like the 575 better.
I agree. I kind of like this better because it's small.
Well, you like small things, so
Mom
what does that
likes small
say?
things. That's why she married your dad.
Oh, what is this roast talk now?
Yes, I'll roast you as much as I want.
Imagine
Anyway.
not owning 3 laser writers and an image writer.
I own an image writer, but I don't own 3 laser writers. Own other things, probably.
We're gonna talk about printers in the next topic, so that's gonna be fun.
Yes.
Printers.
Printers.
Pintas.
Printers. In
Pintas.
German, they're called Druckers.
Droppers?
Druckers. Druckers.
Why?
I don't know.
At first I thought you said droopers. I'm like, okay.
hey, I have a good question. Like, what would be your favorite classic Mac OS? Mine would probably be System 7.
I would say System 7.1.
I would
Because
say
7.1
System-
fixed everything from the original system. And I also like
Oh,
how
yeah.
it has like a little icon about this Mac that shows exactly what Mac you have. Which is kind of neat. And it also
I like
runs
that-
best on a lot
I
of
have
phones as well.
I have to probably, if you want to run older stuff, or if you're, it really, in my opinion, it really depends on what you're using. Of course, it's not really just
Yeah.
a simple black and white answer. But honestly, if I'm using a compact Mac, like from Plus era, stuff like that, or like a non hard drive system that's like a compact Mac, I'd have to go with System 6.0.8 because it's very
Yeah.
lightweight and it's very stable.
Yeah,
but
that's a lot better for
7
like compacts.
Look, my SE
7.0.1 though. Sorry, 7.0.1 though is amazing for like something HD or something like that. That anything else that has a hard drive, I would put 7.0.1 on because it's basically like System 6 mixed with like the newer stuff because you can do like newer stuff on it, but it still has the the classic
Yeah.
aspect of it.
On my SE, I still, because mine was modded with an aftermarket Seagate drive, so it's got both floppies and the drive ghetto mounted inside. I have the original. Well, not the original, I would say, but I have a copy of 600 on there. What an abomination of an operating system! Like, it's terrible, but it runs System 6 stuff for the most part. I need to update it yet. But then I have a SCSI to SD as well, and I have 701 on there, and I always use that. Unless I need to run from the
Yeah, I mean 7.1 at least is so.
I'm saying 701.
Oh well, I'm talking about 7.1 because 7.1 is like so widespread. I mean, it's so vast. It works on so many different things. It works on Color Classic. I have it on my Mac portable. I think I had it on the Mac TV, but I don't remember. I have it on the Mac 2 LC. I have it on like literally everything, even on my compacts, mainly because it works so well. Actually, no, I think the Classic has 701 or something, but I like that on like my older machines. But then like if it's newer machines like mid 90s, you go 7.5. 7.5 on this, by the way, is a mistake. It is so slow. It takes like 2 minutes to start up.
You need to put like 7.1 on that.
Yeah, probably. I want to put 7.1 on it, but I'd have to erase the hard drive or something, or just do one of those, or do one of those delete system folders and then reinstall it that way.
Yeah, that's not difficult.
I might try that later tonight. Stay tuned for that, where I get angry at the floppy emulator.
Why does this thing never work?
Favorite version of Mac OS. Are we talking about OS X or just...
We're talking about like classic, like System 7, 6, whatever.
Mac OS 10 Tiger Master Race.
Yeah, 7.0.1 specifically. That's my favorite.
It's a good operating system. It's stable. It's very compatible with programs and hardware.
Very nice. I approve of 701.
0.1 is the max the PowerBook 140 can take.
Is it?
No.
I don't know. I think it's 7.5.
No, that doesn't make sense because the Plus can run 755.
I can't imagine the Plus on the 7.5. That's probably an abomination. But
I want to put. So I have multiple SCSI IDs on the SCSI to SD, so I can have multiple drives. But I want to put 755 on the other one simply because it's networking capabilities. I will stick in 7 for general use.
Yeah.
But 755 is a memory hog, and 4 megs of RAM, which is max on the SE, not great.
What is the max RAM on this thing? I forgot. Actually, I have to check what.
I think it's 10 megabytes, I believe.
I'm about to like open up System Finder and see that.
Well, the LC
it has 14 because I believe it has a RAM doubler. So I think this has like 7. So it runs whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend 7.5 on one of these. Just saying. Just stay away from that.
I bet the SE runs 7.5 better than that thing.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
I will have to.
The Color Classic is so
about my
ungodly slow.
SD, by the way. Like I hate it. Like the hard drive is dead in this thing, so I only have the floppy drive. And I can't imagine what a hustle it had to be for people that didn't have a hard drive, because I'm going insane. Like, you literally have to switch between like a game disk and a system disk.
God,
like,
that's the worst. I mean, that's why the SE originally came with 2 drives. Like, you had the dual drive and the single drive, and that's the only reason. Because people hated that so much.
I use the Macintosh, the hard drive, both now my classic hard drive. As a matter of fact, it's actually sitting up here on the shelf with the cover off of it right now. But anyway. Both my classic hard drive and our hard drive that came in the LC are now dead, so I have to use floppies in that thing. And
I believe.
So
I bet the LC one just the head needs to be unstuck.
Yeah, that's a problem.
If you hear it spin down, at least at startup, when it spins down, that means the head is rubbing against the spindle, and it's actually rubbing enough that it'll stop the motor from moving.
Well, it's not
so what you have to do is when it's
spindle.
starting up, you sort of move it out of there for a bit, and then it'll start booting. And it'll temporarily work, like you can have it, but then when you let it sit again for like maybe a week or so, it'll die again. Then you just have to undo it. That's what happened with this thing. It's been working again fine for like the past month now, so that's nice.
And this is why I hate quantum SCSI drives, and I'm glad my SE has a Seagate. Because it's a separate, it doesn't have that problem.
Rodyne.
My SE doesn't have a quantum. I forgot what it was, but it's like a 1 gigabyte driver in sort. Yeah.
Gigabyte drive in a classic. Jeez, they must be mega upgrading. Was it like one of the black case, the ones with like the black cases, like that sort of has like the rounded things for, like what was in my SE?
No, I'm not sure. Like, let me look it up.
I dropped my
I
trash
was gonna
balls.
say, I know that the classics use the Connor hard drives, and they also use the quantum fire or the
Connor
quantum
hard drives are
Oh,
quite often
quantum
black.
fireball. Yes, it was a quantum.
Those
right.
aren't
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh, a quantum fireball
It's
in a classic.
better than a quantum pro
Very
drive.
nice.
I mean,
Aged
it could have been like
Yeah.
just a random hard drive somebody put in there and it wouldn't actually
Yeah,
work.
because
But
I didn't think they made the classics with the fireballs, because that's more like later like.
That's midnight.
I know
well,
my-
I
I
did
know-
look it up.
I
Like
know
the
my
maximum
power-
amount
I
of,
would assume that because
hard drive
it's a
space an
larger
SD can take
drive,
is
I
like
would
1
think
bit.
it's because they've I would think it's
Yeah, they
because
probably
they
upgraded
upgraded it
Well,
because the
the
original
classic
was so
came
small.
with 40 and 80, maybe 160 megabyte
Yeah.
hard drives. I do not think it came with the 20.
I mean,
So-
But it can take 1 gigabyte. I looked it up. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Let's
I mean, at
see.
least this
Mac-
thing. I actually this hard drive that I have in it. This is a used hard drive from some other system I bought in a lot, and this hard drive is already like packed to the brim. So I had a storage crisis earlier from this 80 meg drive. I'd love to put something larger, but I don't have anything larger. I mean, I have a 2 gig drive.
Well,
That's
for
scuzzy,
a
but,
color
yeah,
classic, I
whatever.
would say an 80 gigabyte drive is fairly reasonable.
80
my SE has a-
gig.
No,
80 megabyte, 80 megabyte, 80 megabyte.
Christ, dude, get your-
Best
Did the
film
classics
ever.
come with did the classics come with the 40 and 20 megabyte drives?
They
or was it
came
just
with, I
that?
believe, 40 and
40, 80, maybe 160.
I think, yeah, 40,
Hmm.
80 was it, I was going to say. I think the
Because
original
the
drive
end-
was a 40, or, no, the original drive was an 80, and this one's also an 80. And I think they're identical drives, only the one that I already have is dead. And I know I've permanently killed it because I tried taking it apart to fix it, and I totally failed, which is kind of a shame because I had some cool stuff on there, which is unfortunate, but the platter's still good, so one day maybe if I'm crazy enough, I'll try one of those platter swaps, which is like god near impossible, but you know, whatever.
my platters sometimes stick on like my classic drives. So
Mhm.
it works. You just have to
Oh.
like use it a lot, and then
Hard
Yeah.
drive sections.
Our drives are scary.
is
I
it
have-
like the little rubber stop thingies?
Yeah, there's a
around?
rubber bumper.
Oh yeah, the
for when
bumpers
the
are
head
what
bumpers.
kills
yeah.
them because they at least on the quantum drives and these ones in particular, they like to stick. And what they do is the head sticks in one position, and normally that position is where the spindle is of the platter, and that'll slow down the platter because it's sort of rubbing.
Well, no, it
against
doesn't slow
on
down
one
the
side.
platter. The head stack sticks to it.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
just
problem.
they get stuck.
Well, no, it spins up originally, but then it just slows down.
Well, no, it slows down because the hard drive can't initialize. It goes into failsafe mode.
No, at least on mine, it starts up and then spins down.
Well, it depends. I
It
guess.
spins down because it's like, oh, I can't
Yeah.
initialize,
Huh.
turn off.
Interesting. All right.
Hard drives are weird like that.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to talk scary hard drives, I have this one full height 5.25-inch drive was for control data. That thing sounds like a jet engine. So much so, my mother was concerned as to what that noise was.
Or do we have a plane landing in here?
This sounds like it.
That's funny.
Yeah, can I also mention something here?
Yeah.
The hard drive in my Macintosh Classic 2, a Quantum Pro drive, I think, still works perfectly fine, and I didn't need to do anything to it.
Yeah, some of you get lucky.
Yeah.
I've always heard that old IBM study drives are best.
Yeah,
That thing
IBM
is
SCSI
just-
drives are really good for some reason.
But they're like later IDE drives are abominable, which is funny.
Yeah, unfortunately. I couldn't figure
It's
that
a
out.
curse.
Which is sad because they're the company that made the first hard drive.
Yeah. The big boy that they load up into an airplane with a forklift.
The IBM Ramac
IBM disk shit.
Death Star and Travel Ship.
Oh, Dead Star is a good name as well.
That's what everybody calls them.
Yeah.
Or IBM Shit Star. is my other
Travel
name.
mates.
So
no, it doesn't.
the IBM disk shit,
Doesn't.
the disk, it's the disk shit standing for super high quality.
Shits.
Super trash drive.
What's the I stand for?
Can
Darn it!
Ignorant.
Shit.
Twat.
Twat starts with a T.
You idiot.
No, that's for
We're
last.
on the ice still. We're on the ice still. We're on the ice still. So it's super high quality. God.
Come on, take your time. You can think of it.
We know you're a bit slow because your name is
You're a bit
Slogan.
slow up here, but you know, it'll take you a bit. We're waiting.
iPhone, I don't care. Just throw iPhone in there somewhere. It starts with an I, it'll work. Branding.
You're weird.
I don't know, I just freaking.
Aiden's the one with a weird mom.
Anyway, buy an IBM disk shit.
Yeah.
Starts
Please
in
don't.
sizes of 500 kilobytes
No,
with a
500.
max of 1 megabyte. 500 bytes. You can fit
The icon
the biggest
stands
one?
for
half of
intelligent.
your. What? Oh
The
yeah,
icon stands
super
for
high quality, intelligent, trash.
Take your time.
Yes.
Trash.
Ow.
No. What's the
Oh,
thing?
okay.
We gotta find something better.
Ow.
Trader.
Ow.
No, trailer park.
Trailer park. There we go.
I'm gonna get my other
I
hard
would do
drives while you guys
For
do
super
this.
high quality. What was the I again? I forgot.
Intelligent.
iPhone.
Intelligent trailer park. It's a super high quality intelligent
Intelligent
trailer.
trailer park. Stupid.
We're retards.
I am.
We all
Excuse
are.
me, sir.
Aaron, I've got treasures.
You're involved in this too.
Hard drives. This
I have
one
a
here.
million hard drives.
This is a
It's
quantum
a
fireball.
quantum
Neat.
drive.
It's a quantum
that's a-
fireball
oh,
ST 3.5 inch 2 gig drive. It's an Apple
I
branded
always mix
drive.
up the fireball.
And I have 7.1 on here, and it came from an LC3, and it works. That's pretty neat. Like, so it does odd
Well,
noises.
guess I'm gonna take mine as well then.
Very nice. And I also have another one. I have like 3 of these drives. Like one of them is broken, and another one's in the color classic. This one's, and I also have one in the LC as well. Thinking about it now, this is one of those Quantum Pro drives, LPSs. This is a 40 meg drive with how much is this? What 40? Yeah, 40 mags with 608 on it, and this one also works. Just kind of. A lot of drives. I have some newer hard drives, but I don't really care about those. They're kind of boring. And Aaron's got like the biggest hard drive board you've ever seen.
Yeah, I have a lot of hard drives.
And this actually has a mounting bracket for an LC, which I've just realized, which is kind of neat. So, you know, pop this in your LC, and you know, there you go. I want to put this in something cool. I don't know what yet, though. Something neat.
Y'all ready to see a huge stack of quantum fireballs and pro drives?
Uh-oh.
This is an
Starting
IBM
with,
desktop.
I have 2. Actually, no, I have 3 of these, but one of them's probably 4 actually, because of the Imac and the P3 Tower. These damn things. These are the cheapest, crappiest, weirdest hard drives, but they're cool looking, so whatever. They're hard drives. We have that. We have a 20 SC from my LC2 or LC.
Oh, that's the exact same one I have right here. Look, same one.
Which is dead.
Except mine works. Ha, eat it.
Yeah, and I tried to unscrew the board from it.
Why? Why would you
I wanted
unscrew
to
the
get-
board? That's so pointless.
Because I wanted to open the thing up. This here is a 40 SC. This is from my classic, and it is dead, and it is open, so you can see the inside. This actually isn't a platter. This is a plastic protecting thing, I guess, that goes on. I'm not sure what the actual purpose of it is, but it's on there.
Oof.
And
Is another
the platter
Western-
itself, you can see under there, barely.
Interesting.
Look at this baby. Look at this one.
But I actually tore this whole thing apart. I completely forgot. I filmed it for an episode of Crazy Tech Reviews Random Things, so you might be seeing that in the future. I might actually edit that after this, because I'm bored.
Neat.
It's actually kind of crazy. I mean, I guess you can call.
Oh, I got one of those as well, Luke. That blue Western Digital. I have like 2 of those.
I have a million of those.
Boring as fuck. I don't
Showed
want to talk about them.
Oh,
You
the
know, Max thing-
I can pull about 15 of
I
those
got
off the
more.
freaking shelf right now.
And it still works.
My God.
Alright, we got, first one, we got a Samsung 160 gig SATA.
God damn it.
we
Let's
also
just
got
get all
a-
the hard drives.
Oh no, mine's a 250 gig. Aw. But this is a 250 gig Western Digital Blue.
I'm about to drop these on my phone.
And then I have a big boy. This is my fancy premium boy. This is a 1 terabyte Western Digital Black.
I've got a bunch of those.
Caveat. I like this one. This one's also a lot heavier than the 250, probably because it's got more platters and shit.
I have a hatred for the Western Digital Black because I once had a 2.5-inch 500 gig black drive. It shattered while it was being used.
What sound did that make?
I was using it on
We
a
should-
laptop and it just went, and the computer stopped
have Aaron
running,
go
and
through
I'm
his
like,
hard drives right now.
What's
That's
that about?
unfortunate.
Still Fireball 3.
I was a bit concerned,
gigabytes.
rightfully
This
so.
is my only Samsung SSD. I have only one SSD, and it's this thing, and I've used it for a bunch of things. I use this in the iMac G3, I've used this in, like, few laptops. It's actually not a bad drive. It's a 128 gig.
Okay, so
And I got this from a
let's start
computer
here
I
with-
found in a dumpster, which is quite nice.
So these are all my
Let's
laptop
talk about
drives. These are all 2.5 inch. This is a Toshiba IDE drive that pulled out of an old Dell laptop. That I wanted
I've got a bunch of these, like, small
we have a-
Toshiba drives.
we have a
That's
20
Toshiba,
gigabyte,
This is a Toshiba.
I don't know
So
why I
20
have so many of those WD
Xbox
blue
hard
drives.
drive for
This is a
360. We have a
Toshiba. Oh, this
This
is the
is-
one that came from that iBook. Neat.
this is
150 gigabytes.
Who wants to see me throw the
I don't
iBook
know.
hard drive across the room?
whatever. This is a 500 gigabyte Seagate drive that I.
Why
Don't know
have you
what I
died on me?
Oh no, I think this is the dead
Another
one from the old Mac.
6.8
Anyway,
500.
it's 2.5 inch hard drive.
Oh, this is a
3.5
special hard drive. This hard drive I have this special version of Windows 10 installed, so if I put this in my 2006 MacBook, it works.
By the way,
Neat.
Tim's in the chat.
Oh, neat.
Samsung
Hello, Tim.
hard
Welcome.
Anyway,
this is
we have
Samsung.
a Western Digital Caviar, some shitty Mac drive that sounds like it's.
What
explode
Western
when I
Digital
plug
is
it in.
that one? I want to see that. The one that you just
Uh,
showed.
it's
Can I
a
see
WD
I
Caviar
wanna see the front.
enhanced ID drive.
That's an older one, yeah.
Yeah, it's
200
kind of
gigs.
I don't know where this one came from.
20.
Wait, this one came
No, it's
from.
only
another one.
This one came from.
This is a 160 gigabyte drive, but it's better than a
How
freaking.
fast? How good is this drive? This is a 200 gig drive. Actually, that's not terrible if I'm honest.
This is the drive from my Dell Dimension, Western Digital, Black.
I think we're
This
going
has
over
a
our
nice-
hard drives
No,
now,
no, no.
and Arno's just taking apart his.
I think
Mac,
this.
so he can do the mega
I think this
flex.
is.
I need to show my hard drive for it at some
Well,
point.
this is not a bad drive.
WD
7200 RPM, 100 gig drive from Hitachi. I think this came out of some
Tim's
laptop.
not wrong. WD blues are terrible.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's my Seagate.
Not as bad as the greens, though.
ST3400.
What does the
15
WD
ace.
Blues look like again?
They're
They
blue,
literally are.
maybe?
I have a Western Digital Blue right here.
I've got a mess of them.
I got Tim's favorite. You love these, Tim.
Oh, those ones. Those
Yeah.
ones.
Actually, this one still works, so I don't know what's wrong. So I guess it's fine. I don't actually know if it works. I haven't tried it, but it probably does. Otherwise,
I don't know why, but I really like the
Oh,
way these
I've got
little
the hard drive
2.5
with
inch ones look. Like these little laptop hard drives. Most of these are SATA, but I do have a few IDE ones. But
yeah.
We have
it would
this
almost be
hard
interesting
drive.
to like
Oh, look, some
make
good
some sort
hard
of a
drives from
removable
Blue.
storage solution out of these because they're like
Seagate.
little cartridges. That's
Wait,
like-
why is it missing the PCB?
But yeah, I have an ID one and then 3 SATA
It blew
ones.
up.
One of them I gutted out of an Xbox ages ago. I always keep like all these hard. I don't even know why I keep them. I just do
Hitachi Death
because they're
Stars.
Oh my god.
He's using those terms we were talking about earlier, which is funny. Oh, let me put these
Oh,
back.
the disc shit. Oh, I came up with
I hate Hitachi
Here we
drives.
go.
Burn
So-
them.
The Seagate Barracuda F83 and a Samsung Spin Point in a Dell caddy from a Dell Optiplex.
nice.
I've only ever had two
GF10.
Samsung Spin Point drives, and they both are dead.
One died, and I think the other Samsung looked like this that died. Just another one of these. So I'm not probably too pissed. But I wasn't out of the
Oh my
IE
god, is
one.
Charlie getting more? How many hard drives
Oh, I
can this
can
kid fit in this?
call
Oh my
that
god,
a
he
Get
has...
hard
more. I've got
drive?
some right here.
Oh,
This is a hard
I have
drive.
hard drives that are
Oh,
beefier
yes.
than that thing.
Yes.
Oh, look at me. Half height, 5 1/4. Let me show you my full height, 5 1/4.
This is a hard drive.
No,
It's
it's
a
not.
Quantum Q250. Just my most, which I'm so sad about because it doesn't work. I think this was the first hard drive they put in an Apple computer. Because it came in the original Revision A Mac 2, which was in like 87, I believe. Which is really
Yeah.
unfortunate that it doesn't work. This is like a cool one because it got like the gold top, which is kind of rare.
Imagine,
It's so
imagine
sad that doesn't work.
if they,
It has head damage.
imagine if they made a full height 2.5-inch hard drive.
There are pretty big half height, 2.5-inch drives.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
really?
got some that are quite obese.
I have a Mac drive with it, like a death. And this is my boy. This right here is my boy. And he's dead. He's my Seagate Barracuda ATA4.
Ooh.
I'm actually not sure if this IDE 2.5-inch hard drive works because
Mate.
the only machine that I have that has an IDE 2. Well, actually, no, it's not the only one. The G4 also has it, but the only machine that I want to put this in that has a this kind of interface on it, the IDE 2.5-inch interface, completely dead. So, or it's not completely dead. It just won't read the hard drive or any removable media or any kind of thing like that. So I'm not sure what's going on with it, but
Not in a bit.
No, do
it
it
is
now.
just a shitty Dell laptop though, so who cares?
Do it now or I'll prosecute you.
Oh, man, it's a thin boy.
Yeah, sure, why
Oh, wait,
not?
I have more hard drive.
Read
Damn it, Luke! Damn it, fucking Logan! You put it in regular announcements, not show announcements. Oh my god. There's literally a channel called Show Announcements, and that's where you put announcements. Come on, you put it in there last week and it was fine. Yeah,
I also didn't stay up till 3 a.m. last week.
cool.
There's the iMac hard drive, the 2 from the Windows 7 game piece, 500 gig from Starbucks. Rusty
Oh
digital
god,
plug
what is Charlie doing now?
Charlie, read.
I'm watching a meme in meme channel. It's actually kind of funny.
Jesus Christ, Charlie, read your fucking
iPod hard drive.
What?
I said read your DM.
Yeah, I did read the DM. I said, yeah, sure. Did you not hear me?
Okay.
And up there is my Mac Store hard drive, my 160
I
gigabytes,
want to do this thing.
Oh my god.
and my 500 gigabyte store.
It just keeps going.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are all the hard
my
drives I have in that.
God.
I'm not filling them out, but an IBM drive, or is it a... I want to have a look at this one, actually. This is from the iMac G3. It's a Fujitsu drive, but it has IBM branding on it. So I don't know what happened there.
Huh, interesting.
This is my boy, this is my baby, I gotta keep it safe. From
By the way,
everything.
Tim's joining in just a minute.
Epic. Have you given him show access?
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, there's
Oh,
Tim.
speaking of the
Hello,
devil,
Tim. Tim has arrived.
Oh, Tim's arrived. Hello, Tim.
beautiful.
Hello.
Put that away.
Hello, Mr. Death Star.
Death Stalls. They will all take your soul.
Actually,
Who's on speakerphone?
Echoing.
Tim, I think we can hear your scream.
Oh,
Why
probably.
is Charlie drinking alcohol?
What?
It's water
Look at
this
that.
one.
No, because
I
this
know.
cup is like 0 capacity, so I'm like, okay, why not have like a separate fucking bottle to keep it in? And I've already, it
Just
was
chug it-
like up to
chug it.
here when we started, and it's like,
Imagine drinking water.
Chug it
Imagine
straight up.
not
Straight out
drinking.
of the-
I've got a
Terrible.
Death Star that still works.
What? Rare. That's very rare. You probably get like $500 for that because people are like, ooh, rare Death Star. Love
I
it.
have
should
one of those,
probably-
except
I
it's a
should probably
WD
try to
branded
sell-
drive.
I should totally probably try to sell like all these shitty like hard drives as like.
They're probably not
It's
even
like-
worth like over $10 if I'm honest.
No.
Well, I mean, Jonathan Goldman can get away with selling a freaking
Well, I mean,
keyboard for
no one
$5,000.
buys
so I
them
can-
though.
I swear you have a boner for him.
Oh, cool. Arno got it out. Epic.
Yeah.
Okay, now I think my sound is fixed.
Yeah, you sound good.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Epic.
lovely.
Packard
This is my
Bell.
Packard Bell's hard drive.
Ugh.
Yep, it came
Tim,
out
what do you
of
think of
Packard
Packard
Bell.
Bell? Hey, Tim.
Tim has got a camera.
Hello.
I see.
I
There
do.
we go.
Very nice.
Which
Oh
is
my
actually
goodness,
sitting
it's
on top
Tim's
of an
face.
iMac G5.
Luke, why don't you have one of these? A label printer to like
when have you
label
had
your
an
shit.
iMac G5?
Oh, I've got something like that.
Actually, Hold
hell?
on, I've got some.
I
Those are
have a
like
label
freaking-
printer that's better than Charlie's because it looks like an Apple II.
Did this come out?
It's
again?
for a
Oh,
Mac
wow.
68K machine. It's an
Oh.
old brother P-Touch.
I need it.
And it's so old, it's serial port.
I want one of those.
Yeah, it is
These
too.
things, they're really cool. This is
Ooh.
actually what I used for the labeler.
'Cause
This
I would
is,
replace this thing with that. Actually,
Now,
this
if-
thing's quite convenient.
Now the
though.
only issue
It's just like
is
its
if you
own
want to
little-
get some new, shit, what's it called? Like some new tapes
The,
for it. For
the thermal
Oh.
cartridges.
It's like, well,
Probably-
let's
yeah, these
say
things.
I could do
probably about like $500 on eBay. Knowing how
No,
much
you
they
can
cost
get them.
nowadays.
They're they made this cartridge for a long time. They made it up into like 2005 or so. So you
Yeah.
can still get them.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, label
I
printing
don't think they-
cartridges are
I
quite.
don't think they
haven't
still make
changed
them.
at all. Like, look, I can print shit
Yeah,
with this. Like, look, it's printing.
I don't think they still make them actively, but there's a lot of like new old stock on eBay and stuff for these still.
Guys,
I
look,
look
I mean,
so
it's
good.
like
I made a
label.
it's like an inch and a
Quite
quarter
neat.
label. Oh, I've also got one of these. Oh,
This label says Logan is gay.
Oh, shut up!
So
this
now
is,
now I can use it. It's my.
this is-
it's
Oh, what
my
is that?
treasure.
so this is the newer version of that. This is the Pro
Treasure.
XL series, which replaced that, and this one is actually serial and USB.
There we go.
This
That's
one
wonderful.
would be like from the early G3 Mac era, like 2001 or so, and they still make these in
Oh, I
like,
love it. It's
every
even
aspect.
color schemed and everything.
Yeah, this is blue and silver and black, and then let's see here. It
Let's look at
takes
the graphic.
it takes the really
This is
thick
from-
TZ cartridges,
I hate those things.
but it sucks
strange.
because it has. I don't know if you can see that. It has what looks like a serial Mac serial port on it there, but it doesn't work on the Mac with the serial interface. It only works
Ah.
on the Mac with the USB software. The serial interface has a little dongle that plugs in that goes to the PC. So
What? Why?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
When I got
dumb.
this for $20 and it works, but I was really hyped because I thought I could plug it up to the Mac with the serial port, but I
That's
couldn't. So.
unfortunate.
Yes.
Look at this absolute shadow.
Don't
I
you
have
love
that
brother?
exact. No, mine don't. Well, I have the.
I
pretty much
hate
the same
TZ
one.
cartridges. They're so expensive nowadays.
Ooh.
Because my old labeler have used those.
What is that?
the
That's
thin
very
ones.
old looking.
It's an IBM SCSI 4 gig hard drive from a Model 95 server.
I think.
Interesting.
Were you having heart problems with that drive? I remember.
This drive works, but the bearings are so bad in this drive that it makes the desk vibrate.
Oh my god!
I have a WD 200
If
drive that
Apple
sounds
can-
like death. Ugh.
If
Oh.
you merged an Image Writer 2 with that hard drive, it would be that hard drive.
Oh yeah, it's one of those.
Oh, I have one of those. Is that like the
I
normal
like this.
paper things? Yeah.
I'm sitting at a cart, and I've got all kinds of stuff in this cart, like, a Commodore
Sounds like
joystick,
me.
He's gonna have a lot
And
of stuff to talk
a
about.
Commodore
Okay.
SD to IEC, and a random assortment of tapes, and
Everybody
Yes,
needs
go,
it.
and
I found an IBM.
a first generation iPod, and second generation iPod, and
It's like me. I have
Cartridges.
random shit laying all over the place.
I don't know where this one came from. I think this one came from. Oh yeah, this came from the BBC TV DVR box. I
if
don't
we're
know,
doing
it
hard
was
drives, I
BBC.
do have some hard drives here.
I'd show
I
mine.
mean,
on the
originally
webcam
we're
and
supposed to be talking
shit.
about apps for 68K Max, but then we kind of got sidetracked. But who cares?
You know
It's
what?
kind of what the show's
I'm gonna
about.
go into the closet and show the hard drive board.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
And that's not even like half.
There's
That's like
another one.
half of my hard drive. I don't have nearly as many as him, but I've got a few.
I have more hard drives than any human being actually needs to have.
I mean, I do too, but not to the same extreme.
I mean, I have a closet shelf like I probably have.
Yes, I'm not-
I probably have 50 or 60 SATA hard drives around this place.
I could really use that.
This is a
much.
compact.
Well, at least you never run out.
Like compact.
No, I don't have to
that's
worry
a-
about that. I have 25 of those Seagate SSHD terabyte drives.
Here we go.
Oh wow.
Oh God, there it is.
Oh no.
That's quite bad.
And my prized hard drive
Oh.
possession.
His prized possession, the hard card.
Mhm.
I
So-
don't know why this thing still works. It
This
shouldn't
thing
work.
here behind me is our VHS tape rewinder, and since the latch is broken on it, I use this old what is this 133 meg IDE IBM drive to actually just do this.
Your choice. Suck it.
That's neat.
It's dead.
Oof.
I think this one's dead.
Throw it across the
this is-
room.
I don't know what this one goes.
This, by the way, this is the Fireball I was talking about. It's like a it's like
it's
an Apple brand that one as well.
Yeah, that's
and
the
it's
exact same
1.50.
one that I have in my closet that I don't feel like taking out right now.
So
Yeah, the
is it
fireballs that I have, the quantum fireballs that I have, are the newer versions. Look
is it
slightly
Arlo? Is that your name?
different.
Arno.
Arno.
Arno. I knew it started with an A and it ended with an O. I have a whole box of 10.4 gig or 10.6 gig of those Fireball drives downstairs,
How about
all
a
in
big
all in various states of bearing
Why
failure.
the hell is Enzo calling me?
Well,
Oh.
this
Big
actually
foots
came out of my
delay.
SE, and I guess someone upgraded it. But yeah, obviously it doesn't work anymore.
I wonder if I have any of
The
those.
corpse of a
I wonder if I have any
four-big
of those
fireball.
sitting up
Close up in the
here.
chat asks, can I have one?
Oh, this is 1
Why do you
terabyte.
want a
Oh, this
dead
is 1
failing
terabyte.
hard drive? Garbage.
Charlie, I'm gonna one up
Ooh,
your
fancy.
Rodine.
My Rodine. My Rodine
Knew I
is
had-
supreme.
Well, for one, here's a Seagate SE225.
You want to go, mate? Oh, we'll go.
Oh, Luke's got a Connor Seagate.
Hey, I've got a bunch of those. Here we go.
What was
How
the
you like
thing?
this, Tim?
I love
That's a big
this. Is my
drive.
favorite drive.
Oh, it's heavy too.
This
You've
one,
been
You want to one up me
This
with
one-
that little thing?
yeah,
This would have killed
This one
somebody if you
came out
threw it at them.
TGM. The TGM Windows 98 PC. I don't. I should probably put it back in, but.
Where do I set it?
I've got some downstairs, but I'm not terribly inclined to walk downstairs and get anything
How do you like
Since
this, Tim?
since I'm upstairs in the office. I like how it has the sector map on it.
Yeah, and that's a really frighteningly long sector map.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
And it has a spindle motor.
And
I
that's
bet Charlie's Rodine doesn't have one of those.
Charlie
Is that a
reminds me
5
that I need to
1/4
get
or
batteries
2.5
for my
inch?
Mac 2 before it'll work
Oh,
again.
it's 3.5.
I hate that. It's so annoying. I need to get some more Tatarans.
No, it's 40.
Oh, so speaking of Tatarans, guess what I saw in the laser writer, Tim? It has a Mac cell,
Oh no.
and it hasn't leaked. How? I don't know, but it hasn't. I need to take it.
So essentially, the laser writer is basically its own computer, but
It has a
Oh, it
30
is.
megahertz processor.
Oh my
all of the
God.
laser writers are their own. Even the old laser writers are 68,000s.
Yeah, I have a
See,
2NT,
Oh,
11
I
megahertz.
don't want to.
Oh,
I want to take it out.
Sort of reminds me of like the Commodore 1541s a bit.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, a little bit.
Apple's network cards were like that too. They had their own microprocessor, 68,000, a 10 megahertz, 68,000 on
My
them.
Rodime is supreme. This is a big
No, it's
boy.
not.
Yes, it is.
How you like this, Tim?
Mine is the best.
Color. Is that an aftermarket Rodime or is that a factory machine?
This is aftermarket because the factory one is dead. I have the factory one right down here. This is a revision A Mac 2, like the original one. This is the drive.
Did that have the big? Did that have the big Quantum 80?
Yeah, that's this thing.
5 1/4 thing.
Actually, this is a 40 gig, and it actually has like this cool gold top on it. But unfortunately, it died from head crash, which is unfortunate. But
Charlie,
you know,
I
whatever.
have full height Seagate drives that are cooler than yours.
My mom's
Oh,
cooler
wait.
than yours.
Is that
I
the
wanna see my
SE
battery.
or is that the classic?
This?
Or no?
This
I have
one?
a battery.
That's
Yeah.
the 2.
A pot with my batteries.
No, I'm talking.
Mine did
Arno.
not have the original
Oh,
hard
no,
drive in
that-
it when I
this is
got
my
it. It
SE.
was it had a
Yeah,
control
it's got
data
the
92 meg in it, a
drive
5
rail
1/4
or the
drive,
motherboard rails that it
which
slides into.
I took
Yeah,
out
that's
of
what
it
is.
and I
Wait,
put it in an
that's
enclosure
the-
for the
oh.
Mac Plus.
Ah, neat.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure this drive is a
I think
130 meg
Aaron has that
drive.
same drive.
It's actually got like this little
Yeah.
external light on it. There's a little red LED. Not sure what
Yeah,
allowed it,
so
but
am
it's
I-
there.
That's the way that control data drive was. They even had a faceplate on it, even though it was inside the case.
Neat.
Does anyone know what kind of light bulb like this SE hard drive activity
It just
light
looks like just
uses?
a regular
It's
LED.
it's just a
an
little
LED.
LED.
bulb.
I think
Yeah.
it's a 5-volt LED on those.
You could put like one of those color changing LEDs and have an RGB.
Yeah,
LED. That'd be neat.
I don't know. I have
I
a
wanna
couple of
try
those,
that
so
now.
that
That'd
would
be
be
neat.
funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
the hard drive LED
Breeze
actually
LEDs.
doesn't work
It also
on my
flashes and
ST.
shit. That'd be
Luke,
neat.
that item is kind of concerning looking. Oh, it's
I
just
thought it
flat
was
drive.
I thought it was a vape pen for a second. Because
No,
that's
I
what
thought it was
that's what vape
metal.
pens look like now. They look like USB flash drives from 2001.
Yeah.
The shit. The hard drive LED in my SE actually doesn't currently work. Well, the LED does, but the functionality of it doesn't work because the hard drive in my SE is a Connor 20 SC hard drive from a Mac Classic. Actually, it's one of the half height ones that came with the Mac Classics, and that doesn't have the correct jumpers installed on it. Like, it has the solder points for the jumpers, but doesn't have the actual jumper on there, the pin header, the LED to plug into, so you can't really use the LED on it. However, I might actually take that out later today and sort of try to solder something on, like some wires onto there, so I can connect the LED up. But, yeah, that kind of sucks.
I think this fits me.
This is the first 80 meg drive, the 3.5-inch that Quantum
Interesting.
did. This is the drive with the gummy bumpers that you always hear about.
Huh.
This
I've
has
seen
a little.
them.
It has a little foam gum like rubber like isolator pad in the bottom, and it gets stuck.
The head gets stuck to it, right?
Yeah, Yeah, so I can like
Yeah.
work this and get it stuck,
I
but
was
when it
muted
sits for a while,
dumbass.
you shouldn't do that.
There is a battery
Yes.
from 1988.
But it's a voice coil drive. This
It's
is
a
Quantum's
Intel
first
2020
generation of 3.5-inch voice coil drives, but you can see it's thicker than a normal, it's taller than a normal third height. This is what we consider a half height 3.5-inch
So,
form factor.
That's that is the Pro Drive, right? Just the normal Pro Drive.
Yes,
not
it
the
is just a Pro drive. It's not an LPS, and I don't. Oh, I have the top to it
Yeah.
over here. Yeah, hold on.
I actually here
Here's
have
a
this here is a 40 megabyte
C6.
Pro Drive LPS. This is like one of the quarter height, I guess, or third height. I think
This
it's
would
actually.
have this would have been the hard drive that would have been in like a 2CX or a 2CI of the era.
Yeah, this one came out of like a classic. But what's weird about it is it looks like it has two players, although the thing on the actually appears to be a
Yeah,
piece of
back.
plastic. I'm not sure what the purpose of it is, but it's there. And it also has what looks to be some kind of weird licensing thing over here that I don't understand on this right there, but it's normal voice coil hard drive.
This is the very first SE 20 meg drive unit. This is the Mini Scribe 20. This one's from
Interesting.
1987. It's a flag stepper motor. It's got a parallel rail. It's got a parallel rail system that goes like this. So the head just literally just does that. These are terrible. If you find one of these that's working, it's an absolute miracle. These are absolute junk
Sell it on
cars.
eBay. Ha.
Yeah. Well, I have two.
MS.
I have two of them. I have one that actually does work. That I got. It's got some bad sectors, but I was able to map the sectors and use it. That one is the stepper's just trashing it. I mean,
Tiny battery from a
I was gonna look for
Toshiba
something.
L-
Connor drive. I was looking for that Connor drive. I have one. I think it's like sitting over here. Because hey, why
Hey,
not? Let's
Charlie,
just
why
have
don't you-
everything.
Why don't you change the topic name to something relating to hard drives so that we don't mislead our viewers?
Is it?
Well, I can't
One-
because, the banner is set to that.
I'll
and I have
just leave the banner. Just
I'll
leave
leave
the
it.
banner.
We're about to
Connor
go. We're about to go to the
Max
printers after
drives.
this. We have a printer topic.
Yes. Well, your Connor drive, Logan, should have a set of jumpers right here on the front that are by themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
And
normal
that's the LED jumpers. That's
Wait,
what
what?
you should plug the LED into. There's a set
Oh.
of jumpers on the front of this drive block here. This is a Connor 40 SC out of a Classic. And if you take this, there's this one little first set of jumpers there that are by themselves. That should be the LED pins. So you can
Oh,
plug your
shit, I
LED
wish I
into
knew
that. Yep.
Neat.
came from.
The rest of them are ID stuff. But
Yeah.
I think that one is the jumper. I think that because I have one of these drives in an SE, and I think that's what I hooked it up to, and it worked.
Nice.
10.
I think we were gonna move on to printers now because we have a printer topic we were gonna talk about. So if Aaron's ready, we can move on to that.
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
actually sticking with the laser.
We're gonna talk about Apple printers. Is the
Yes,
phrase working?
yes.
Because Aaron is super excited and like coming in his pants because he got 2 Apple printers. I think one of them's still in the car or not.
Yeah.
I have an Apple printer that I would like to show off when we are finished with that as well.
So today,
I'm gonna get it.
Nice.
so I was just like bored browsing Craigslist as I
With
usually
me.
do, which is always dangerous because I always find
Yeah,
things.
with me.
So that's how I got the Emac.
On
A
Facebook.
$30
not
Emac. How can I possibly pass it down?
Yeah.
But I saw the laser raiders, and you're like bid on them for like $50. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna get them. So he was like, yeah, come on over. That sounds like a great deal. And this dude is like loaded, and apparently he bought them both a laser writer 16600, which was a low end laser writer when in '94, and a 12600 color laser writer, which was the most expensive laser writer they ever made. And I got them both for $50.
Quite
And
nice.
they have new toner cartridges for the 12600.
Very nice.
So I'm pleased. And trying to figure out why this thing wants to die.
Which one is
I even have
that?
this is the
Oh, yeah.
but I even have the external powered feeder unit.
Fancy.
It hasn't been done yet.
I'm
This is
trying to
from
figure out why
Classic
it's not
2.
working.
What
It has-
exactly is wrong with it?
Well, I've given it paper, and well, that's not the problem. But if I plug it in, and I have the feeder unit disconnected. Where's the switch? Shit.
Imagine forgetting where the switch is.
Does that, and then it just does this.
I think it.
Try. Is there is there just like a?
What's the
you know,
other?
paper
What's the
tray
one
that-
on the far right look like? What's the icon?
This is a paper jam, and this is a paper symbol. I have the manuals, and I'm gonna consult them at some point because I have one
Yeah.
for both printers.
You might want to do that.
Here, if I do this, will be a neat shot. Take this out. Also, the dude said this will need toner soon because it's almost out apparently, and I can tell.
Didn't he
because
say
has
it
an
was
H-
working?
Yeah, he said he doesn't know about this one properly.
But the other one does.
But he knows the color laser writer.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Come on, get out of
And
here.
that's the one in your car.
Yeah, because it's 110 pounds and it came from Apple on a
It's
dolly.
like the weight of a kindergartner.
No, it's the weight of like a 5th grader.
Yeah, it's like two
I
kindergartners
think
tied
Aiden
together.
weighs less than that thing.
He does.
I'm sure Aiden weighs
weigh.
less than that.
So if I push in these tabs and slide, there's the motherboard. And it has the same heat sinks as the original Power Max, which is disturbing.
Do you know
It
what
has
that
a-
has for a processor in it?
A 25 megahertz AMD RISC processor.
Okay, so it's not like an
Oh,
Apple,
interesting.
No.
not a Motorola thing.
4 megs of RAM.
Because these were made by this is a Canon or something.
This is an HP, the other
Yeah.
one's a Canon.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because
Oh, that's one of the HP ones. Okay.
Oh, at
Yeah.
least I can assume it's an HP because it's an HP.
yeah,
cartridge.
most likely.
But we have an optional fax modem,
Mm-hmm.
a connector for a hard drive internally, which I'm almost certain is SCSI.
I'm pretty sure that's
the
for
other,
fonts and stuff.
Yeah, and print tooling. Because it also has an external.
Yeah, that would explain why it's got an ARM processor in it, because like the LaserJet 4s through 6s had those.
Yeah.
I would show off the other one, but like I said, it's kind of in the car.
Yeah. I kind of want
But
to see
I
the
ha-
other one though.
I'll
So
show it off
creative.
later, but brand new toner cartridges.
Very fun. to see.
One for each color. And these are for the other printer, of course.
Very
but-
nice.
Straight from Apple. When are you going to find any more of those?
Mhm. What's the printer you were gonna show, Tim? Do you have?
Oh, so it's the only printer that I really have up here handy, but I don't think I've shown this off to anybody, so I guess this is a good chance to do that.
You need to do something with your 2NT, because I have a 2NT. I'll show it.
Oh, that's one of the
Oh.
originals.
I was gonna say this. I was gonna
Yes.
say
Wow.
the same printer.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, this is the. Oh, are you? Who has it? Who else has one?
Yeah, he has it
Yeah.
back on the
Yep.
shelf.
That's all I had. This is
Very
the original Apple IIc Scribe printer.
Very nice.
Came out with the 2C. It's a thermal printer. It doesn't have. It can do it either way. You can put. It's also really. It's heavier than it looks. It looks like it doesn't weigh anything, but it's actually crazy heavy.
Yeah.
Sad laser writer.
So it uses a cartridge, but the neat
Yeah.
thing about it is you can get fax machine paper, which is thermal paper, and not use a cartridge, and it'll just do thermal printing by it just with that.
That's pretty nice.
So it's basically like a giant receipt printer. I think this one works. It is yellowed a little bit, but it's not real bad. I mean, I've had this for. When did I get this printer? I got this printer in 1990, 91, something like that. So I've somehow managed to hold on to this thing for that long.
That's
And
nice.
the my image writer one.
But
Yeah.
The
I
only,
don't
we
have a
have-
style right up here.
the only printer I've ever owned, unfortunately for me, is the Image Writer 2. And that was a really cool printer. I like the Image Writer 2 a lot. Although I had to sell it because I was moving here. But one of my friends, his name's Clement, he's got an Image Writer 2 that's got like that rare A4 paper feeder.
Yeah, it has
where you just
the,
put the sheets of paper and it'll just automatically go down. And
I've
it actually
never
works
found
pretty
one
nice.
of those that was like reasonably priced.
Yeah, I mean, his was, I don't remember, I don't know what he got his for, but he got it, and it's actually not bad. It's just kind of yellowed and gross looking.
Luke,
So,
is
I
that a
have this
is that
Image
an
Writer 2
what is
here,
that a
and this
printer?
thing smells
Looks like a
Yeah,
word
that
processor.
Basement.
Eh,
Oh,
it's the
What?
it's a
weird
Canon word processor.
neat.
What printers do I even have? Let's see. I have the Laser Writer
And this
16600,
I'm
the
most
12600,
This
the
is
2
an original
NT,
Image
Style
Writer
Writer
2
2, and an Image Writer.
most jealous of the two.
ink
I
cartridge
think
thing.
if anybody is up
And it
for
works.
trying it, if Arno, does your Scribe actually work? Have you tried it?
Well, I haven't tried it yet, but it
What?
powers on.
How do you not
So-
try it? That's like the first thing I do.
Well,
I know.
Mine's
but
been
it's-
sitting for like mine has been sitting in storage older than all of you are, so I'm a little leery of nilly-willy powering this one up.
Logan, look.
But supposedly
Five
they
components.
are compatible with image writers, like so
How do
they
you
can
mean?
communicate on the same driver as an image
That's
writer.
not
so
bad, actually.
I kind of wonder what they would look like
Try
if you
with
tried
like
to
an
print
SC
to
or
them from with a
something.
Mac.
Yeah, try from like
Yeah,
an
or
SC,
like-
like hook up an SC because they all have like image writer drivers presumably. But yeah, I would try it out if I'm honest. You just need like a. Do those use the regular serial cables? I assume they have.
They have the
something-
25 pin on them, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
it's
like
the same
Image
as like
Writer one.
it's the same as like it's basically an Apple IIe printer cable in reverse.
Ah,
I
interesting.
hate
Yeah,
the
they have-
DB25 serial.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
weird.
Well, yeah, it's just like the image writer ones. It's just a DB25 serial.
Yeah,
Hi, Apple.
Apple's weird.
Well, I actually have the cable to connect it to the 2C, but I don't really have a cable to connect it up to my SE or something. So
Yeah,
I had to order
You
one
can get the
from
cables pretty easily on eBay. They're usually the Apple IIe Image Writer 2 cables are the same. You're just using their opposite ends.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just a mini DIN 8 and then a DB25 male at the other end. I probably
Yeah.
have a
That's
crap ton of
the,
those here.
I think one of my holy grail printers is either a Laser Writer 1 or 2. I've always really admired the Laser Writers, especially like the really earlier ones.
That
'Cause
just fell.
I especially want a Laser Writer 2 because it's a perfect match for the Mac 2.
Oh, looky what we have
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
The Image
I'm gonna
Writer
steal
2 is
that
my
from you one day. I'm gonna break into your
Because
house
they're-
and take
You're
it.
gonna
See,
see
that-
this 12600 because it's the best image writer.
See, that's,
the latest
Steal
one.
all of them.
That's how I ended up with the Mac 2 that I got, Charlie, was like that. It was the Mac 2. It came with the color monitor. It came with an Apple One scanner and a LaserWriter 2 NT, and they were all bought together at the same time. So,
Very nice.
and it was free. So, hey,
That's
who
nice.
can complain about
'Cause
that?
I'm probably gonna end up spending like $200 to ship one in from like somewhere, which is gonna be a pain in the
Shipping
ass.
for a LaserWriter 2 alone has got to be ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
'cause,
probably-
Well, they're
It is.
80-pound printers.
Yeah.
The 12600 is a 110-pound printer.
Mhm.
It's
Wait a
actually crazy.
second.
Like the top of this thing is yellow, but like if you look here, like just how fresh and white the
Mm.
Every time I close the
Hefty thing.
toner
You know-
access door, it does that for me.
The Image Writer 2s discolor in the weirdest ways. Some of them
Yeah.
don't discolor at all. Like some of them you can leave them in sunlight and they stay exactly the same color. Some of them turn bright yellow. I
Huh.
guess they use different plastics on different generations of them.
Yeah.
I have I have
mean,
a
the thing
latest
is,
generation Image Writer 2 in here, and it's been the computer it came with was a bright yellow, but that printer was still platinum, perfect color.
Luke looks like Lord Helmet.
Yeah. The thing you got to consider too with these printers, and probably the reason for that, is that these things here, these writers, these things were made from probably about 1987 to about 1996. So
Yeah, that's-
I mean,
pretty
over
much
that
it.
years, you can imagine like how much they probably.
They went through
changed,
many
like,
revisions. There's like the kind of early one that didn't have the badging, and then they had like those ones. And then they had like the
Yeah.
A4 paper feeder because printers had evolved by then.
Yeah, the later on ones do.
Yeah.
The 2 and 3 generation. The first ones they came out in '85. The first ones were basically the very first ones. I think up until '87, late '87, were that ivory color like the 2C was. They were sort
Yeah.
of colored to
I'm
match
pretty
the
sure those
2C.
ones didn't have badges either. Like they didn't have.
They
the
didn't. They
image
just
badge.
had the Apple. I've got one
Yeah.
sitting behind me. I just don't want to bend down and get it. Yeah, it's that color, and it's just got a badge. And there are the heaviest ones of all three of the generations. I mean, they are ridiculous.
I don't remember what generation mine was. Mine was like probably the one right after that because it had the old style Apple II box on it. It was like the white one. I actually still have the box. It's up here, but I don't have the printer anymore, which is dumb. But it's the white one with the Apple on the side and the picture on the front. It's like the older style Apple II one.
The second generation or the first Platinum one still has the printer plug in the legs, and
Yeah,
the
that's the
last
one I
generation.
have.
The last generation, they moved the printer plugs into the rear, the two sides of the body.
Interesting.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I'm actually not sure what model this Image Writer 2 is in particular.
Well,
I'm guessing
does it have
probably-
is it the Platinum with the writing on it?
It does
it
have
say Image
writing on
Writer
it.
2? Okay, turn.
Says
Let me
Image
see the
Writer
back of it. Let me see the back of it.
It's gonna be
No,
Paint
wrong
like
back.
like-
no, like,
yeah, like where
the back area.
The actual,
not the
yeah, the
bottom.
actual rear panel.
rear.
So
Oh, I
yeah,
see
that's
it. It's
good
on
enough.
the foot.
yeah,
No,
so
wait.
that's
Yeah,
the
that's,
first of the Platinums.
Yeah, that's the one that I had. Yeah, I had that
So
one.
this would be
Yeah.
something with
I
like
still
an
need an
SC
Image Writer 2. I only
Something
have an
like
Image
that.
Writer 1.
And you know, it's funny actually. Here's I have like this. It's like something from like a magazine. It's, you know, I'm gonna take the on this table here because it's killing my thighs right now. I actually have like an old clip from like a magazine or something where it shows like an SCFDHD with this printer and like
I think Arno's taking out an SE board.
I'm putting it back in.
and it's funny because it's like literally the exact same SE setup that I have with the Image Writer, FDHD model and everything.
I had
so
a
it's kinda funny.
I had a really attractive SC setup when I was at home. I had the SC Super Drive. I have the, no, not the Super. It's just an SC with a hard drive. I had the Image Writer
three of
2, and then I had I had a keyboard and mouse, and I thought that was a really fun setup because it worked really well. It's so sad that I don't have the printer anymore, but you know, whenever it doesn't work.
You know, I think the topic at one point here was like essential 68K software.
No, now we're on
I'm
Apple printers.
I know, but
Yeah.
it goes with the Apple printer as well, so I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
go on and mention it.
All right.
ClarisWorks 2 version 2 up through 4.5. Even if you use ClarisWorks on a Mac, it comes with an Image Writer. Its built-in Image Writer support actually has color support built into it. So if you
don't
are
have to
using
have,
an Image
like,
Writer
the,
2 and you're using ClarisWorks 3, for instance, you can actually tell ClarisWorks to make this square purple or this line red. And if you have a color cartridge in the Image Writer 2, it will print those colors and text in it, however you have it in the
That's
software.
pretty cool.
And
by
if
Image Writer
there's
support, do you mean it has the drivers for the printer built into it, or is it
yes,
still
so the Mac driver is a black and white driver for Image Writers. There's no Image Writer 2 driver for the Mac. It's not a color quick draw printer by default, so it relies on the software, and software like ClarisWorks, and there's a few others here and there, graphic software, have to actually support the color function of the Image Writer for it to print color. But there's a way around it. If you just want to print color, period, there is a piece of software called Mac Palette, and it is an aftermarket. It's a micro port or something. I don't remember what brand it is, whoever makes it, but it's called Mac Palette 2, and it is an aftermarket and Image Writer 2 driver that has all of the color language built into it. So it doesn't matter what you print. You can go to, hook it up to like a newer G3, tower and go to a website and print an image, a JPEG image out in color. And it does pretty well. I've got a few. I've printed out a few things of that. The hardest thing about Image Writer 2s with their color, though, is it's really hard to find a cartridge that works.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
they have-
I still have a
It was
colored
Mac
image,
that made the
colored.
reproduction
I still
ones,
have a
right?
colored ribbon for an Image Writer, but it's all dried up, and they don't really reproduce. They didn't really reproduce them as much either. Yeah.
Well, there was a company that said they were going to do it, and they made a few, and then that
I think it was
Kickstarter
Mac
just went
Effects.
away.
Yeah,
it was
Mac
Mac
Effects
Effect.
made them, and then they stopped for some reason, probably because they got distracted with the clear case SEs, which I'm not sure they're going to remanufacture. I don't think they're going to remanufacture those either. I mean, they said they
the
were.
Mac
but
Effect
then-
cartridges, if you can find one, are great because they don't, from what I understand, they don't use the degradable foam rollers in
those
them.
are
So,
the
hold
foam
on a
rollers
second.
are the worst on some of them. That's what, because sometimes I had my Image Writer 2 the ribbon that it did have in it was one with the degraded foam roller, but it did come with like 4 sealed ones, and one of them, and I'm pretty sure all of them are the ones with the gears instead of the foam rollers, which is pretty nice.
The one thing that's nice with like just standard black and white printing is that you can get Image Writer cartridges so cheap on Amazon. Like when I got my Image Writer 1, I got 6 ribbons, and they're good quality ribbons. They work just fine for $20.
That's not bad.
And they're
Okay.
new.
So this is the guts of a color ribbon for an Image Writer 2. So this is the rollers. This is what goes bad in them. So there is a the let's see here. I've got the other part up here. So the ribbon goes between these 2 rollers. One of them, this is the gear drive roller, and I can't hold it in front of the camera very well, but this is the little spinner on the top, and then that's the part that it turns. And then this guy here, this is a spring-loaded little pusher wheel, and it holds tension on that, kind of like a cassette drive does. Yeah. And when it goes through, it turns like that. But these little foam bushings
they like
disintegrate,
blow up,
and
sort of get
they dry out, and then they just crumble. Yeah. So like right here, well, you can see that. I mean, they look like Fruit Loops. I mean, like here's one right here, and I mean you can just see it. I can rub it in my fingers and I'll have dust.
Crunchies.
Asbestos crunchies.
So, and I got to get rid of it all on my laptop keyboard here. But if there was a way just to get those little rollers that weren't junk.
What was the point of them having a
I'm pretty
roller?
sure they do actually have, like, at least newer Image Writer cartridges. Like, I have a few of them. Some of the newer ones use gears instead of those foam rollers, which actually work really well. At least the black and white ones do. I'm not sure about color ones, though. But
so the color ones are all rollers. It's just the way that the mechanism's made. They can't be gears because they have 4 individual little tension rollers. The black ones are completely different. They're just gear driven, and there's just 2 little cogs that keep moving.
I have seen some black ones that have foam rollers though. They do make them with foam, but I don't think the aftermarket ones at all. I think all of the aftermarket ones are pretty much gear driven. Apple's I think are foam.
Mine was foam.
I'm guessing this one's probably an aftermarket one because this one actually still.
Where the hell is
this cartridge here? There's an Image Writer 2 cartridge. Because, like, if I twist this, you probably can't, but still.
Yeah,
that's probably a foam roller.
That's probably a gear-driven one.
Or I don't know.
Oh wait,
I don't know why they made the color ones so different. I don't know why they made the color ones so different than the black ones. The black ones very seldom ever fail in that way. Yeah. But it sucks because it's a color printer, and it's hard to use them as color printers. Yeah. I've got 3 or 4 of these cartridges, and it looks like just about all of them, except for one, that those rollers have collapsed. Now, the media inside is good, and if you really want to mess with it, you can swap the media out into the broken one. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of sucks.
It does.
Yeah.
I have no cartridges.
And good luck. That Apple Scribe printer that I had up here earlier, that's actually a color printer as well. Yes, it's a color thermal printer. If you want, I will get the cartridge for one. I'll show you how that works.
Because Apple IIs were color for a time, and they were kind of boasting about that. And that was kind of a thing. So, yeah.
What did Arnold say in here?
Things with the Apple II was the fact that it's one of the first.
Do you actually have a cartridge for the Scribe printer? Because I don't have cartridges. I don't even.
Yeah, let me go get one. I'll go get one. I'll be back.
Okay.
Another thing I'd also like to mention about these Image Writer 2s is you see this foam here. This stuff.
That's just weird. You press on it and it doesn't go back up. It's really wonky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to deal with that on my iPhone.
I'm pretty sure that's for like
sound deafening.
Yeah, I was gonna say sound deafening, except I wasn't sure.
Although to be 100% honest, it's not really even worth it because the Image Writer 2 printers are so loud anyway that it doesn't matter how much sound deafening.
I mean, it makes maybe like a 1% difference. I mean, hey, you get an A for effort.
What are you talking about? What phone were you talking about?
We're talking about the sound deafening in Image Writer 2s. They have like these pieces of foam that you press and then they stay like that, and your fingerprint's indented forever.
Okay. So this is a color ribbon for a Scribe.
It's a weird ribbon.
And I'll pull it out here a little. so you can kind of see what it's made of here. But yeah, see how the color changes? It has bands. I'm going to pull it out of the supply side here.
Oh, what is it, like a wax type of deal?
Yeah, it's thermal wax, just like the black.
Up.
But these little black things, there's a little sensor on the printer, and it knows when it's changed phase, and it literally just passes
That is
through.
so
See,
interesting.
if you look,
That's interesting.
I can't. It's hard to show it on the camera, but see how that's a short line,
Yeah.
but this one here is a deeper line, and then yeah, it's there are different lengths of black sections in here, and what that does is it tells that little sensor which color it's shifting into.
Huh, that's cool.
And so what it'll, but it's a real wasteful cartridge.
Yeah.
Because what it'll do is if you're just printing like blue and yellow for some reason, it will just bypass that red, and it's a one-time wrap cartridge.
Yeah, and
Once
the
it's
image
spooled up,
writers
it's
a bit
over.
more. The image writers are a bit more lazy because they just have
Yeah,
it
they-
the opposite way.
yeah,
They're just
because-
stacked together, which is better. I
Yeah,
guess.
because they're nylon. You can print on a dot matrix over and over and over until the ink is gone. But the thermal, once you put the thermal pattern through this film,
Yeah.
it's a permanent
It's like
imprint.
carbon ribbon. It's expended.
Yeah,
once the
it's very like
print-
carbon. I don't know why this one does not have a thing. It's actually full. I don't know what happened to it. But this is the black one. They look identical.
Yeah.
But this is the shape that they look. That's what they look like. They look
Yeah.
identical. But
I mean, I feel kind of dumb, but the
And
only
so,
reason that I haven't tried it out yet is because I don't have fax paper or those cartridges. But I should get some paper, because...
it will print. It will pretend to print. It just won't put anything on the paper.
Yeah.
I know you can do like a test print. I know for a fact that like a few of Apple's older printers do support A4 sheets of paper.
Yeah,
You just have to
they-
do like a special loading procedure. Like they have something called a
Yeah,
form
you-
feed
you-
button that you press.
Yeah,
and
you-
sort of,
they
like,
the
injects it.
the
Or you could
Scribe
just,
and
like,
the image
stick on
writer
there.
both all do that. And I think the Scribe, if you have no cartridge in it, will just assume that you have fax paper in it, and it will at least run the head back and forth like it's going to do the test, but
Yeah.
it just won't.
I would try it out though. It would be neat. We're about to end this show in a bit because we usually end at like 11:30 and it's 11:26 now.
Don't we have another topic or after this one or not?
Yeah, we'll skip it. Why not?
Oh, yeah, well, the minute you introduce me into anything, it's like another hour usually.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, we
Yeah,
can talk. We
that's
can
not
talk
bad.
after this though. We have like plenty of time to go
Yeah.
all night. But we're gonna do self promotions now, just to end it for people who are actually watching this. I think people are watching it. I don't know.
We have 7
Who
on,
knows?
so thank you everybody who's
Unless
stopping
it's just
by.
us.
Maybe my post on Low and Mac happened or helped that out a little bit, but who knows? If you're new here, be sure to subscribe.
I guess we're gonna do self promotions now. Who wants to go first?
I actually have self-promotion, but I'll wait.
I'll let Aaron go.
I have
first.
self promotion
Okay.
too, believe it or not.
What?
Okay,
I
well,
have
both of you guys can
self-promotion.
go first. You are the guests.
Tim goes
you,
first.
You and
Let's go
as
first.
well.
Well,
Tim-
it is a forthcoming self promotion. I have created a YouTube channel, and I have not published it yet, but I'm working on it. And it will come with Marcintosh this year, so I am doing a Marcintosh project,
Very
and
nice.
I will be
Awesome.
my new channel will be going live with Marcintosh this year.
Very
So
nice.
not too far off, probably another week or so, and I'll
wait.
start sort of spilling some more details about the YouTube channel.
Awesome.
That's exciting. So
Yeah,
I'm actually
really
going to
is.
be doing Marcintosh 2.
Apple
I've got the laser
printers,
writers, and I've got a
Apple
bunch of
printers.
Macs.
Yeah.
I'm getting the Wall Street.
Oh
so
yeah, I purchased a Wall Street for Aaron, and he still owes me that copy of SimCity. Send it out, please. I want to
I
use it for
will work on it.
Marcintosh. I need it.
I'm-
It'll take at least a
I'm
week to ship.
financially constipated. You have to give.
Your mom has money. Take a loan out of her. Jesus Christ.
I already
man.
did for the printers.
Just take another one out. Who cares how much debt you're in? I need my SimCity.
She's like, no, I don't want to.
Don't
Luke.
you already have SimCity?
Don't
Yes,
try
I
to lick
do.
that anode cap. There's an anode cap over there, Luke. Don't lick that. Do not.
Yeah,
The anode
don't lick
cap.
it.
Lick the
Luke, no,
anode
don't
cap.
lick it. We talked about
No,
this before.
no, this is
don't do
bad.
it.
Instead-
Bad.
No, no,
You're
no, no.
actually-
Oh no, he totally did it.
Oh my god, he's actually doing
Why
it.
would you do the underside? That's the worst part.
He
Oh
needs
my
to lick a
God.
Corona wire.
Oh no. Don't lick the neck. Don't
He
lick
needs to
it.
get his. He needs to
Don't
get his
lick it.
energy.
Why do you just have a disassembled classic on your desk? Is that a classic?
Because this is the last CRT I have for a classic.
Who
That's
doesn't have a
unfortunate.
disassembled classic?
I had a stray cat
nick
nick my last one.
Yeah, I remember when that happened. You came in.
It wasn't even my cat. Some random cat got into my garage and knocked some stuff on a shelf, and I had the classic sitting on the floor, and it necked it.
I remember that you came in the voice chat and you had some very choice words.
There's a
about
really
that
fat,
cat.
fluffy cat that
Yeah.
entered my garage earlier today, which is kind of interesting. It's one of the, it's
There's
like,
no cats around here, but there's always cats around my old apartment. I miss them.
Actually, both of my cats that we own right now actually stray cats. One of them weighs 400 pounds now. The other
Adopt,
one's an
don't
annoying little shithead, but we like him.
neat.
He actually has figured out a way to climb from the room on this side over into this room and then back out into the main basement area.
You're sure
Like,
like your little
over the
brother's
walls.
not actually one of those stray cats, right?
Probably.
I mean, does he eat cat food and use a litter box? Because
Yes,
he may not be your
probably.
brother. He might just be a really large cat.
I wouldn't be surprised.
More
I
like a
wouldn't either.
His
rodent.
brother looks like a mini Logan. It's kind of funny.
Well, you guys
Literally,
have
it looks
already
like mini Logan.
You've
It's just
already,
Logan,
you've
but
already seen his
smaller.
channel.
I've seen it. Yes, I've seen way too
Wait,
much.
he has one? You must send me that.
It's called Plex Gamer TV
I'll-
or something dumb like that.
Send me a link
Let's
or
see.
Okay,
Wow.
honestly, I'm gonna give him some credit here.
I didn't hear a word you said. You literally just cut out through the entire thing.
Hello?
Yes.
His brother
Oh.
probably
Now?
just cut the network
Oh.
cable.
Okay, anyway. I'm not gonna lie, like, he actually does a pretty good job on his videos. Like, they're gaming videos, but they're not terrible.
Send a link or
I don't think
or
so.
a video.
Yeah, Tim
I'll send a
knows
link
what he's
later.
talking about. Is that a camera?
Tim's pointing a random...
Or-
That's what I...
Oh, that's a
think.
recorder. What is that?
Oh.
Oh, it's a Walkman. Oh, it's a mini cassette Walkman.
Yeah, it's a little Sony
You're-
personal recorder.
What you
I have
think
so
it
much-
is changes every freaking second.
Your
It's a
mom
camera, now it's a
changes every
recorder, now it's a
freaking
Walkman,
second.
now it's a mini Walkman.
Does Arno have any self
There's so much
promos,
junk
or-
sitting on this shelf over
Arno.
I
here.
think Arno was
Self-promo,
doing
self-promo.
something for
Yeah.
Marchintage
Yeah.
or not. I don't know.
Yeah,
Again,
I brought
I have my
Arno into this
YouTube
as well.
channel.
Ooh.
I'm actually gonna release a new video tomorrow because I'm working
Very
on
nice.
one right now. That will be hooking up an HDMI TV to like old CRT TVs that only
Very
have.
Oh, that one! You've only been working on that
Yeah.
one since, like, August.
Can't wait to see that
Some
one.
shit like that.
Yeah, I know. But you know, it's just iApple guy, and I'm actually growing pretty fast because like one video
Yeah,
of
I
mine,
noticed
Macintosh
that.
Classic 2, like keeps getting views, and right now I'm at 4.4K views, so it's
Jesus.
not that bad.
Very nice.
Shit, you've already hit, like, 250 subs, right?
I'm at 280 now.
Very nice.
Jesus Christ!
Very nice.
Lovely.
What? Okay, what are you doing? How can I replicate what you're doing?
Make good videos and actually
I don't
upload.
know.
That's what he's doing.
Full restoration video.
Thanks for the.
Oh God. Luke, do you have any self promos?
Thank you.
That
Very
sounds fun.
cool.
I think Luke has a classic
Thanks,
2
I
that
know.
he recently fixed. I helped him
Yeah,
fix
he
that,
does.
and that's not working. I cannot actually hear him. Yeah, I
He's
can't hear a thing
speaking
he's
out of the
saying.
Taco Bell.
Recap it. Recap it.
His microphone is a taco.
I actually had Taco Bell earlier, and there's still 5 tacos in the fridge I need to eat. Sorry, Tim.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
I might go next.
Okay,
Yeah.
why don't you apologize to your toilet and your neighbors and your
I
family
have
ahead
the
of time?
tolerance. I
Apologize
Okay,
to
if
your
there's anything
sewer
worse-
guy.
facing wrath.
The guy who
Okay,
cleans
if there's
the sewer.
anything though that's worse, sorry, but if there's anything that's worse than the Taco Bell, it's the freaking Mexican restaurant here. I swear to God, I ate a freaking. Like, it wasn't more than 15 minutes before it finally hit.
Jesus, that's really bad.
So we all know everyone's pooping habits. That's good. Self-promotion in its
That's
finest.
pretty bad. I think I'm gonna go last. Yeah, my next video is
Oh,
gonna be a
well,
Marchintage. I upload every week on Friday nights, normally about like 8 or 9 o'clock.
For his time.
Yeah, so my next video is going to be a Marchintage video because that's like the first day of March. I'm gonna do 4 Marchintage videos. I wanted to get the Mac TV going, but I don't think I will in time. I'm probably gonna start ordering caps by tomorrow, but I don't know when. But yeah, I'm just gonna. If anyone has any cool suggestions of something they want to see me do, I'll do it. But otherwise, I think I was just gonna do like a review or rundown of some interesting, weird computers. that
Make
Apple
a Mac
released.
Tower abomination and network them together.
I might. I have like 2 or 3 network cables I can use, so that's kind of my limit. But we'll see. That'd be cool. But yeah. Otherwise, I guess that's all we got today. on.
Have you ordered
I haven't
replacement
even
glass
done
for the
self-promotion
iMac?
yet.
Yes, I have actually. That comes in the middle of March, so you won't be
I-
seeing a video about that until the end, until
Okay.
March is over.
That's nice.
Because I'm gonna stick with March and
Anyway,
March the whole month.
Since everybody, or since Charlie forgot me, I guess I'll do my.
Oh right, I totally forgot. Sorry. I'm sorry about that. Here
Okay,
you go.
keep in mind we're not. This isn't too bad considering that Charlie literally forgot to start the stream today. But anyway,
Forgetful brat.
I'm also going to be doing something for March and Tosh. I've already started working on my video because it's going to take a while. It probably won't be like early March that I put it out, but basically I'm doing a video. I mentioned this several times, but I'm doing a video on the PowerBook 100 machines, and it's basically going to be like I'm just sort of going to talk about most of them and sort of like what there's some history behind it and everything like that, like I usually do with videos. And I also am probably going to have some other people. Some other YouTubers and just other people in general sort of talk about their PowerBook 100s if they have any.
I have to send you videos of my PowerBook 100.
Yes. Yeah, your
I
PowerBook-
offered to help with that.
Oh, yeah.
Never replied to me.
Yes.
No,
Or maybe you did and I
you
didn't read it.
reply to
That's also
Tim?
possible.
How dare you?
That's a
Hey,
rude.
Molo, that's
Anyway, well, I mean,
disrespect.
sorry, okay, I don't check all these Discord
Yeah,
channels
you
that
don't
often,
check
but yes.
anything, if I'm honest.
I
Tim,
always
do you?
check everything like a normal person.
So do you have a PowerBook, Tim, or
He's got plenty, I
No.
assume.
Nope. You asked if anybody who wanted to talk about a PowerBook 100, and I've had a bunch. So
Oh, okay, well, go ahead. Anyway, though, yeah. So Tim will be in that.
I will
Charlie's gonna have a part in that with his.
I only have a
100.
tybook and a Wall Street.
My PowerBook.
So I'm
I do actually have a 180C, which is like also 100. So.
I have delicious fruit snacks.
Yummy. I might get some.
Snacks. We don't have fruit snacks.
But you
We don't
live in
have anything
Switzerland
good.
where
We don't have anything
water
good
costs
here. I mean,
$2.
the snack closet doesn't have any snacks. It's always bullshit.
Yeah.
This is a bunch of trail mix and old oatmeal.
I know.
He just finds it on. He just rediscovers it on his desk. He's like, yummy. I'll have some of this.
That's how I am.
So my desk,
Charlie,
I actually know what's on it. I got some.
We have snacks at home.
I got a rare sight, a rechargeable battery, because we've started investing in these, which is neat. But yeah, I guess that'll do it for tonight's stream. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to continue chatting with us, we will be in my Discord server, which is in the description below if you want to come join. That's where we do our streams, and that's where we talk after this. We're going to be continuing this conversation in there after this. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe. All our links are in the comments below. And have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.
Meep.
Me.